Welcome to Score One, Steal One, a new Football Manager 2016 Let's Play series here on my channel. Now this series isn't a traditional FM16 Let's Play series, it will heavily involve the in-game editor. I reckon I'm going to have a lot of fun with this series, and I hope you guys watching enjoy it too. Let's take a look at the rules for the series then. You're probably reading down the list and thinking, this is going to be carnage, Paul. You're going to be swapping so many players that by the end of the season you won't have any players that you started with. And that is kind of the point. It's almost irrelevant which team I pick. I will let you know in a minute which team I am picking for the series though. Now this series is based on a series called Win One Take One, originally by Carl Plays FM. A link to his channel is in the description below, but people like Work the Space and StatApp also tried out Win One Take One as well, but this is taking it to the next level. It's all about the number of goals I've scored and the number of goals I've conceded, and then losing that number of players. So for example, if I win a game 3-2, I would steal the best rated players from the opposition team and lose my worst. So I would pick the 3 best players on the day in that match, average rating wise, and they would come to my team, and from my team I would lose my 2 worst players on the day to the opposition. Now if I draw a game, I will use a randomizer to steal and lose players. So if I draw 2-2 for example, I will use the random number generator to steal 2 players from the opposition and lose 2 players. Now if I lose a game, this is where it would be horrible for me. Losing games is a disaster because I lose my best rated players and I only steal the worst players from the opposition. So if I lost 3-2, I would lose my 3 best rated players in that game to the opposition, and I would steal the 2 worst rated players in that game from the opposition. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because I've decided if I score more than 3 goals, then I get to pick which players I steal from the opposition and lose to the opposition. So if I win 4-3 for example, I would be allowed to pick 4 players from the opposition to come to my team. Now when I get to pick these players, they don't actually have to have played in their match. They have to be in the matchday team, but I could pick substitutes for example. The same with drawing a game, the randomizer. It doesn't have to be players that played in that game. They have to be in the matchday 18 player squad though. It also interesting with the score more than 3 goals. Say I lost 5-4, I would get to pick which 5 players the opposition take from me and which 4 players I get to pick from them. So losing 5-4 isn't a bad thing, but it's not really going to happen very often. Now a boring 0-0 draw, I've decided this is a bit of a curveball. Let's swap the top scorers. So I would lose my top scorer in all competitions at that particular point in my squad, and I would get to steal the top scorer in all competitions from the opposition. So those are the rules. If you're looking forward to this, please smash that like button. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for me, so I'm hoping it's going to be a lot of fun for you as well. So the team I have picked, I've decided to go for a Premier League team, simply because I think this series is all about the players being swapped here and there, and the majority of people that watch my videos probably know the Premier League very well and know Premier League players, and I personally know the Premier League the best as well, so that's why I've decided to use a Premier League team. A team that's expected to finish mid-table, a team that's expected probably to score as many goals as they concede, and this is the team I've gone with. Swansea City. Now for those of you that always say, Paul, why are you always an English team? I'm not, I'm a Welsh team, cheeky. Still an English Premier League team, but I've gone for Swansea because they're predicted to finish, I think, 13th place on the winter update. They've got a decent squad, they've got players that can score goals, perhaps a team, like I said, that will be expected to score as many goals as concede, which will hopefully make it an interesting series. We want carnage, we want as many players being swapped as possible. That's what it's all about. So I will be using the in-game editor to swap players around. So for example, if Fabianski moves, then I will have to click on move to other club, type it in, and he will move to that club. Vice versa when I steal players as well. So in today's first episode, I'm going to take on Everton in the Premier League. Now, I've already played 2 friendlies, as you can see there. Score 1, steal 1 didn't count for those friendlies. I just let my assistant take control. He lost 1-0 against the under-21s, which is always a great start to the series when you do that. And then Newport County, I drew 0-0. That's pretty embarrassing as well against that League 2 team. The plan is for there to be an episode every day. or perhaps every other day going forwards, and I'll be recording every single match, then editing it down, because I want you to see all the movement of players. I think that's probably going to be the fun part of this series. If you want episode 2 to be released later today, smash the like button. I've never asked for 1,000 likes before. I think that's maybe a bit beyond me, but who knows? You guys have managed it on a couple of my videos in the past. If you can get 1,000 likes today, then I'll upload episode 2 later. Deal? Yep, sounds fair to me, maybe. This is the team I'm going with to take on Everton in this first match. Now, I've basically gone for my strongest team, which is a brave move, because the fact that I've got my strongest 18 players in their team means if I was to get thrashed, then I'm going to be losing a lot of my best players, probably. But I'm a risky person. Let's go for this. George the cat is here. Come on, George. Up you get, assistant manager. On my lap. Up you get. Come on. No. You lazy cat. Here he is. He's up. He's ready to go. He's ready for score 1, steal 1. I'm excited. Boom. Submit team. Oh, he's a happy cat. He's a happy assistant manager today. Send assistant. Do you want to do this, George? There we go. What am I doing? What am I talking about? Okay. Lukaku up front is one to watch out for. Score 1, steal 1 has started. Didn't really explain the tactic. I will perhaps show you at some point. Pretty standard formation you would have seen me doing. I've only got 2 instructions there, and I've gone for standard flexible. It's pretty dull, to be honest, but it may work. We'll find out. Taylor on the ball. Into Key. Back to Cork. He's the defensive midfielder in my team. Cole Norton. Can he whip it in? He does. Sigurdsson. Oh, he's scored. I think it's an own goal. I know it is a goal. I thought it came off the keeper. Sigurdsson's my key player. That's 1 goal. That's 1 player we've already stolen from Everton. Everton on the attack straight away, though. Here's Leon Osman to McCarthy. How high can we finish up the table with these rules? We could end with a terrible team, remember. Cup competitions could be interesting. League Cup, FA Cup, we might end up with a few League 1, League 2 players. We may lose some players to League 1, League 2 teams. Oh, it's over the bar from Lennon. Here you go, Everton again. On the attack, are they going to equalise here and make me lose a player? They are. Oh dear, that's my first player down. Kevin Morales scores. 1-1. We've stolen a player. We've lost a player. You've been unlucky so far. Boom, let's start the second match. Paloschi up front. Hoping for big things from him. He was one of my friend's favourite ever strikers on Football Manager a few years ago. Gonna make some changes. Been pretty boring since the first couple goals in this game. I'm going to go attacking, and we're going to go push the defence up a bit. Pick up the tempo. Paloschi's going to come off. He's not done it. Emnes can come on. Key is going to come off for Leroy Fer. Come on, guys. I don't want this to be a draw, because a draw means it's going to be going down to the randomizer, and I could lose any player. I could lose Sigurdsson. Just realised need to put the stats up so you can see the average rating. Who's going to be going at the moment? If we do grab a late winner, I don't think we are, though. It's last chance. Sigurdsson with the corner. Routledge, and that's surely going to be it all over. Well, it's a good way to demonstrate how the randomizer is going to work anyway. So I'm on my website where I've put a lovely little number randomizer from numbers 1 to 18. Now I'm going to spin the wheel twice. The first one will represent the player that I steal from Everton, and the second one will be the player that I lose to Everton. So there's 18 players in the matchday squad from top to bottom, 1 to 18. Let's go. So, the number that I am stealing, number 6. So number 6 in the matchday squad, from top to bottom. I will steal from Everton, and the player I'm going to lose is number 12, which is probably my sub keeper. So 6 and 12. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I'm stealing James McCarthy. Very happy with that. The man of the match, in fact, is coming to Swansea City. Boom. There we go. And going the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It is my sub-keeper, which isn't too bad, really. Losing my sub-keeper, it's not the end of the world. If I actually lose all my keepers, that's when it's going to be carnage. So let's move him to Everton. Exciting stuff. Oh, James McCarthy's injured. 4 weeks. So he's actually safe in my team for 4 weeks, effectively, which isn't a bad thing, I guess. He's going to be here when the transfer window ends. I'm not allowed to sign or sell players, by the way. I've decided that there's no point signing or selling players on this because there's going to be so much movement anyway. So that is the end of episode 1, guys. Like I said, if you want episode 2 later on today, 1,000 likes, big ask, but if you manage to hit it, then I will upload episode 2 later on today. By the way, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. That would be dandy. I'll see you very soon, guys.